Let's put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we come to you in this hour, asking for your guidance and protection to our virtual gathering today. We thank you for the gift of life, the gift of family, the gift of work, and the gift of friendship. We thank you for this great opportunity to bring us together in this session as brothers and sisters. Of your grace. And as we go along our discussion today, we humbly pray that you would deepen our understanding. Lord, enlighten us and give us wisdom every day. Forgive us for our shortcomings and remind us to always be mindful of the things we do in life. We offer our life and our decisions to you, O Lord. May this gathering today create a memorable experience and a fruitful outcome. We ask this through our Lord Jesus Christ, our Redeemer and our Savior. Amen.
Maayong buntag kaninyong tanan, maayong buntag mga colleagues. Good morning and happy first MECQ. Now, while you are enjoying at your home, we are here. Maybe you got also the memorandum that the Office of Soul is in full force. Good morning. Okay. I was saying that the Office of Soul is in full force, um, primarily because we wanted to still go on and continue in full force our assistance and training for our ODL journey in the university. This morning, two of the important results of our study on student engagement is on student to teacher engagement and student to assessment engagement. These two among the 9 category of engagement belongs to the lowest level in terms of ranking as to the engagement level among our students. So the upscaling program that we develop, we intend to assist everyone on what are the different strategies, what are the different tips on how we can improve engagement in relation to learner to teacher and at the same time learner to assessment engagement. Today is another exciting day with our colleagues at the Office of Soul, Ma'am Oriel and Sir Fredley will be discussing based again on our research and at the same time on our experience, our pilot and our experimentation in our own virtual classroom. These experiences of ours may not be perfect, but we believe that the more practice we could do in our own virtual classrooms or in our own ODL environment, we can improve further our online distance learning strategy. So colleagues, come again. Welcome again. There are only about um, 13 participants, excluding the committee, but we will go on. Anyway, this is recording. I hope you can also spread the good news to our colleagues to attend in our future training, because the training is we designed this in relation to improving student engagement, because we receive a lot of comments and suggestions from the different departments and their observations also in relation to student engagement. So I hope you will learn something from the discussions this morning. There are two topics. It may be overload at the end of the workshop, but the training is intended also to give you some bits and bytes on how we can improve student engagement in relation to student to teacher engagement, as well as assessment and feedback engagement. Oriel will give us several tips, no, on how we can improve our virtual classroom, as well as Sir Fredley, who will also emphasize on the role of changing the mindset in giving assessment and ensuring feedback. Our research also shows that medyo kulela ta in terms of feedbacking among our students. And that is very understandable in my case. I can understand that because we are all new into the online distance learning, and it's difficult to give feedback to each and everyone. But as we all know, our MySoul platform is a powerful tool that can assist teachers to automate our feedback, to automate our guidance, and even when I say guidance, technical guidance, as well as reminders, notifications, and automated highs and hellos and greetings and follow-ups to our students. So once again, daghang salamat for joining. Hi, Dr. Biola. To all the participants here, good morning, Dr. Nadia, and to our colleagues here. Let's continue and be safe, everyone. Maayong buntag.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I hope you are ready and excited to learn with me today. So let me just share my screen. Okay, just a moment, please. Okay. I hope you can see my screen now. So today's webinar training is about managing, sorry. So today's training is about managing your MySoul classroom to improve learner to teacher engagement. So first, let's define what student engagement is. So according to the glossary of education reform, in education, student engagement refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, optimism, and passion that students show when they are learning or being taught, which extends to the level of motivation they have to learn and progress in their education. So student engagement and lesson retention is a challenge with online distance learning, where students have to cope with the new learning environment wherein they are physically separated from teachers and their peers. So a useful approach to embedding flexibility is to consider it in relation to how and to what extent it is being integrated in leveraging key dimensions of learning and teaching, such as learning experience design, learning content engagement, and what we are going to focus today is learner to teacher engagement. Actually, there are 8 components for ensuring engagement in a learning, in a flexible learning. So again, we will focus on learner to teacher engagement. So this is about choices learners have in relation to the mode and method of their engagement and interaction with their teachers. So moving on, a relatively interesting study conducted by Dr. Dave Marshall, Mr. Jade Montemayor, and I analyzed and studied students' engagement model in views of the characteristics of online learning activities, particularly our senior high school students. So our study showed that among the different challenges, lack of motivation or confidence, which is on top, heavy workload that may result to mental health problems, procrastination, and the temptation to quit, and the lack of interaction or communication among the co-learners were the top challenges students face during online distance learning. And the students consistently encountered these problems. Our study also showed that among the different mitigating factors, log in daily to see course updates and discussions, and break down responsibilities were the most common ones. But communicating with faculties is not one of them, or which they rarely do. So that is why my soul office is including this topic in the upskilling program to improve student to teacher engagement. So now let's begin. Let's put this into different, um, let's put this for synchronous and asynchronous. These are the activities that you can put in your MySoul classroom. So let's start first with asynchronous. We have PLD, forum or open forum, and restrict access. So with the PLD are the personalized learning design, which I see most of us using. So this actually makes the course more tailored to each user by automating content release and customizing navigation. So what I usually do is to give them a personal message. And this is what I usually see also in other virtual classrooms. So I know you're already familiar with this and you know how to do this one because this is the easiest one to do with PLD. The other thing we can do to improve our student and teacher engagement is with the attendance. You know that you can check the time the student logged in, of course, and if you notice that the student has not logged in for several days, you may you may send them a personal email, but with PLD, you don't have to do this manually every time. Like if you see if you see the students didn't log in for several days, like take this for example. So you set up a specific date, and when the student log into the course, you set it for 7 days. And then you can send them a personal message directly with PLD. So there will be a training regarding how to use PLD soon. So I'm just giving you an overview how to do this. And another thing you can do with PLD is, of course, give them reminders for that. And these are automated, okay? You don't have to do this manually. This is automated with the use of PLD. And whenever you're done checking a formative test or perhaps any test, you may give them a test result score with PLD. This is if you're giving them tests such as essays, okay? So after PLD, you have forum or open forum. So open forum, with forum or open forum, you can use this to, wait, let me just read this one. The forum activity module enables participants to have asynchronous discussions that take place over an extended period of time. Forum posts can be rated by teachers or students for peer evaluation, and ratings can be aggregated to form a final grade, which is recorded in the gradebook. So let me just show you an example of what we did with a forum or an open forum. So let me just open my Soul account here. Okay. So to show you an example, let me pull up my Soul account. So to improve student to teacher engagement with open forum, you can lock let's say for example, this one, you can lock a quiz if the student did not post anything in your open forum. So you need to set this in your personalized learning design and together with a restriction access. So again, the student cannot proceed with the quiz unless he or she has posted to the open forum discussion. Okay, so another thing is, another example would be a student replying to their peers open forum. Could be this one. So they cannot proceed to the next activity unless they put in a discussion in an open forum and reply to one of their classmates' discussion. So that's one way, or two, you can use forum and open forum. So again, don't worry if I'm going too fast. There will be a separate training for using PLD. Okay. So next one would be okay, yes, as I've mentioned before, restrict access. So this is an example of restrict access. You can see this in every activity where you tweak the settings. So as a restrict access feature enables teacher to restrict the availability of any activity or even a course section according to certain conditions such as dates, grade obtained, group or activity completion. So again, as an example, So what I did in my virtual classroom is, let's say this one. So if you can see the lock key here, this is restricting access to their performance task unless they are done with the previous lesson, unless they have completed the previous lesson, which in my case is lesson 8 lesson roundup. If I go to lesson 8 lesson roundup, it should be this one. So if this one is completed, they can now unlock their performance task. So again, that is all in here, restrict access. So if I click on my performance task, you'll be able to see restrict access in the edit setting and over here. That is where you will edit your restrict access. So as you can see, lesson 8 should be marked as complete. So that is how restrict access work. So that is for our asynchronous student-teacher engagement. Now let's proceed to the synchronous. So this is where we will have most of our hands-on. So first is polling. So I know for sure you know what polling is. So this is a feature for a webinar that allows you to create single choice or multiple choice polling questions for your webinars. So you will be able to launch the poll during your webinar and gather the responses from your attendees. So I know for sure you already know how to do polling for Big Blue Button, but in any case, I'll just show you then, because maybe perhaps there are also some of you who has not used Big Blue Button. So let me just go to my virtual classroom and show you an example. So this is polling for Big Blue Button.
Person in this conference.
So polling you can usually see polling over here on the plus sign and start a poll. There you go. So you can either type in your question or verbally say it. Then you can just click on the response type and then start a poll. So that is how you do polling in your Big Blue Button. So for Zoom, you can do polling only if you are a paid subscriber. Okay. So for those free subscription, I don't think there is polling for Zoom. Okay, and there's also polling, of course, for Google Meet. But the most interesting thing here is with the use of Poll Everywhere. So I'll give you a short preview on what Poll Everywhere looks like, and then I will have a hands-on on this. Let me just play my video. Okay, let me just stop sharing and go back to you. Just a moment, please.
I'm hosting a meeting remotely, and let's just say improvements could be made. What does everybody think about this outreach project? Anyone at all? Just shout it out. Or, hey everybody! Woo! So, I started using Poll Everywhere. With Poll Everywhere, I can ask all sorts of questions. Multiple choice, open-ended, yes or no, and make it easy for everyone to participate. On a scale of 1 to 10, how empowered are we feeling after Motivation Monday? They can answer online or by text, and the results are available instantly in real time. And I can even share my screen to share the results. So instead of wondering what people are thinking, we can identify important topics and have better conversations. Let's talk about professional development. It's great for online classes and webinars too. All right, everybody, let's take a quiz. What does Poll Everywhere do? With Poll Everywhere, I can see what my audience is actually retaining, so I know which areas need more explanation. Poll Everywhere makes remote meetings more productive. That's right! And to increase participation, I can even send the survey link in advance. Stop sitting through remote meetings that aren't even remotely productive. See what I did there? Get live feedback that helps you have better remote meetings. Poll Everywhere. Sign up and get started today. Now, where's that end meeting button? Oh, there it is.
Okay, that was interesting, right? Now, I hope you take note of their address. That's polleverywhere.com. So let's try Poll Everywhere. So as you can see, I already have my activities here. And all I need to do is just activate these activities, and you'll be able to see this on your screen. So I need you to, wait. Okay, I need you to go to pollev.com/OrielLisa939, or you can scan this QR code if you're using your phone, and it will redirect you to this address. Okay, I'll be doing that on my phone as well. So, and you can also, let me just copy and paste this to the chat box, and you can just click on this link. There you go. So if I activate this first question, you should be able to see that. So again, there's the QR code. Let me just take a photo of it. For those who are using their phones, you can just go to camera. You don't have to click to take a photo, but just like that, and then it will just automatically scan, and click on Poll Everywhere, and then you can just skip for now, not register, and you should be able to see there the first question. Okay, so I already have, how many are these? Like 7 people who has answered. So we have Sarah, Alfie, Amy, Nadi, Fredley. Okay, so I can see that you can also since I've shared this screen, so you're also seeing what I'm seeing. So let me do the next one. The next one will be that one. Will also show on your screen. Then responses. Okay, let's wait for the rest. We already have 2 responses. Ma'am Sarah and Sir Frederick. Okay, let's activate the next one. And you'll be able to see on your screen real time the changes that was made. So I'm also showing here on my screen there. Let's see the answer. Very good. And the last one. There you go. So how do you feel about using Poll Everywhere to maximize students to teacher engagement? So there are a lot of things you can do with Poll Everywhere. You can create quizzes, not just polling, quizzes such as multiple choice and such as this. I think it's called a word cloud, word, something like that. So I hope you can explore Poll Everywhere. It's very easy to use, okay? And it will automatically give you which URL you're going to type in, and it will automatically generate a QR code as well, if you can see here on top of my screen. And the good thing with Poll Everywhere is that students can also send in a text message to their answers. Okay, interesting. Student internet learning system. Very good. So basically, that is how you use Poll Everywhere. And here are your answers to the questions posted a while ago. So if you're doing a synchronous class schedule, you might want to use this for a formative test or just to get your students engaged. Okay, so if I want to show the correct answer for this one, there you go. There is also a button you can click here to show the correct answer. There. And for this one, show correct answer. There you go. And yeah, Christ Center. Okay, so that is Poll Everywhere. The next one would be Mentimeter. Okay, let me just play another video file.
Welcome to Mentimeter. This video will show you how to create your first interactive presentation. This is your home view. Here you can see an overview of all your presentations. Select New Presentation to start creating. Welcome to the Edit view. This is where you create your presentation. On the right-hand side, you will see all the different question types and quick slide layouts you can choose from. I've selected an image choice question type, where you can add GIFs and images on each answer. Under Your Question, add the question you want to ask your audience. I will ask my audience if they have. Now I'm going to add 3 different answer options. You can also add images here if you have an image choice slide. And that's it. Click Present to use the presentation in front of a live audience. Your audience should go to menti.com and type in the code shown at the top of your screen to participate. Press the F key to go into full screen mode and watch your audience vote in real time. And there you have it, your first interactive presentation with Mentimeter.
Okay, so that was quite interesting as well. So they're quite similar with Poll Everywhere. So don't worry, again, there will be a separate training for these applications. So just to give you a quick comparison between the two, what I can take here is that they're quite similar though, but Poll Everywhere you can respond via an SMS. So I think that's the only main difference among them. Okay. So there's another one, Ztings. I also like this one. So let's try Ztings. It's still quite similar to Mentimeter and Poll Everywhere. So with Ztings, you can actually add in your Canva presentation here. So this is what I like about Ztings as well. So I already have here a presentation. Then I will just click on Present. So assuming this is now your slideshow for Ztings, you can actually, if you click on Add Content here, so you can see you can create a poll, you can add your Canva designs or upload your PowerPoint presentation, PDF or image, or if you already have one in file. You can also create a survey. So since I don't want to add a file, I will just go ahead and present this slides that I already have here. So to give you a live view of this presentation, just click on Present there, and then you have to go to this presentation link. I'll just copy that and paste it in the chat box there. And you may click on that link and I'll just click on Start Presenting. So I hope you can able to see what I'm seeing right now, aside from me sharing the screen. Let me just try to stop sharing. So you can also see what I'm sharing at ztings.com. You have to go to ztings.com/mysoul. So I stopped sharing my screen in Zoom, so you can see my file in Ztings. So I hope everyone can see it already. You can just type yes or no in our Zoom chat box. Okay, good. Excellent. So with Ztings, you can see there my presentation. So it's similar to PowerPoint or Canva, where you can present. By the way, Canva, you can also do a live presentation in Canva. So with Zittings, you can also do that. So this is what we did a while ago. I clicked on present. And you can also do a live interaction with this one. So just like this one, for example. So at Silliman University, when did the first college class graduation take place? So you can just give me your answer there. And it automatically shows which you choose, the answers that you chose. There you go. What's the correct answer? Who knows the correct answer? Mas daghan sa March 3. Could be March 3. So this is how you make your classes interactive and to maximize student and teacher engagement. So March 3, 1910 was where the first college class graduated. Okay, good job. So there you go. So again, you can join Zitting or participate via your phone or your desktop or any other devices. Yes, so that's it. Let me just stop my presentation and let me go back to sharing my screen. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. So again, that was zittings.com. Okay. Let me just go back to sharing my screen in Zoom. Okay. So the next one, so just take note of these applications. We have Poll Everywhere, Mentimeter, zittings.com. And last but not the least is Socrative. So let me just play this video file again.
Meet Socrative by Mastery Connect, your tool for fun and effective formative assessment. Socrative enables you to engage and assess students on any device and operating system during class. All the activities visualize student answers in real time and provides detailed reports for afterwards. Directly from your teacher dashboard, you can launch all types of assessments, start a quiz, do a quick question or polling activity, play a fun space race game, or do an out-of-the-door exit ticket. Quick questions are perfect for no-prep activities. As students respond, the teacher can see in real time what the students are thinking, have a discussion of the results, or ask more quick questions. It's your choice. You can create your own assessments or share assessments with your colleagues and other Socrative users around the world. If you'd like, you can tag it with a Common Core or state standard. As students take the quiz, you'll see their graded responses populate your live results table. Each column shows how the whole class is performing on that question. You can see which questions you need to go over with the class or decide how to group students for review based on their results. Run Your Quiz is an exciting space race to create a fun assessment game that students can play in groups or individually. Students love the friendly competition, and you'll still receive the graded report at the end. With Socrative Pro, you can set a countdown timer or upload your own race icon. You can manage multiple live activities simultaneously in 10 different rooms, create a room for each period, divide the class into smaller groups, or even have a homework room. In addition, you can add rosters and have up to 150 students in each room. With Socrative, visualizing student understanding has never been easier. Sign up today at Socrative.
Okay, so that's I can barely pronounce it, Socrative. Okay, let's try Socrative. Socrative, no. Socrative. Okay, I've already signed up with too. So I created a quiz. So I want you to do this quiz as well. So let me just click on this. I want instant feedback. You can also do open navigation or teacher pace. So in our case, I will do instant feedback and show a final score. So once I click start, so just like the rest, you need to go to socrative.com/mypa. This is the room you're going to go into. Or you can just go to socrative.com and log in as a student. Log in as a student, and the room you should choose is my last name, MAYPA. Okay? Then once you're in, you do the quiz. I think there's only like 5 questions to that quiz. And it will automatically show here on my screen. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. So we already have one here. So as you can see on my screen, there are already answers. Wow, Lori Beth. And if you want to grade them or you want to record their score in My Soul Classroom, you can use the grade book to do this. Okay, I guess there's a upscaling as well on how to do this in the grade book. So you can also see their score. So again, if you want to record this in My Soul, you may do so with the use of the grade book. I hope the rest will join. Okay, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, you need to go to socrative.com. Oh, sorry. Socrative. And you need to log in as a student. And then enter classroom like that. So again, this is not a very difficult application. You can easily do this on your own. I just did some of this yesterday. Okay. Yes, we have 2 more and 3 more who's joining in. Yes, you can actually see your score. But you also have, I think, the what do you call this? The choice not to show this to your students. And you can also see which part you need to improve on, right? You go I will wait for Kathleen and Sarah to finish before we move on to the next one. Okay, yes, good job everyone. So nice siya, di ba? Okay, so let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so now we are done with polling. We'll go now to breakout rooms. So as you already know or have already participated in breakout rooms, we have breakout rooms for Zoom. I'll just show you also a short
Hey everyone, Farah from
video.
Zoom here. On this brief video, we're going to show you how you can leverage our breakout room feature to take a large meeting or virtual classroom and split it up into smaller groups or sessions. You'll see that I have already enabled the breakout room feature, which you can find in your settings along the bottom. And that breakout room button will actually be right here. This is a button that only your hosts or co-hosts will be able to see. And right now we don't have a co-host in the session. If I manage my participants, I can hover over Catherine, for example, to make her a co-host. So she'll see this button now as well. When we're ready to split the group into smaller sessions, I can easily click this button to get a pop-up window asking me how many rooms I'd like to assign out and how many participants per room. For this example, it's recommending, since there are 6 people, we can split it up into 2 rooms. I can do this automatically or manually. So if we click on the automatic button, it'll generate those breakout rooms for us. Certainly if there's anyone I want to swap out, maybe I want to move Michael to the other room, I can exchange him for a different participant. Once I'm ready to open all rooms, I'll click this open all rooms button and our participants will be able to join the sessions that we've created for them. So we'll slowly see those people join. One thing that's really important to note is that as a host or a co-host, you can actually hop between the different rooms to talk to the participants. You can see here, I have the join button. Now everybody's left to go to the rooms. I can broadcast a message to everybody and say, wrapping up in 1 minute. And this will broadcast the message. And then I can close the rooms, which gives them a 1-minute timer to rejoin our session. We'll give everybody a second to rejoin, and I'll show you 1 or 2 additional features with breakout rooms. There we go. We can kind of see everybody kind of popping back in. Now everybody's rejoined the main session. You'll see that I have the opportunity to reopen these rooms again, which is really great. If you have a very long session or a very long virtual class, you can split into these virtual smaller groups as often as you'd like. And the additional options here will allow you to automatically close breakout rooms after a specified amount of time. You can also change the countdown timer to be 30 seconds or 2 minutes if you like. I'll show you a setting where you can also pre-assign folks to be in your breakout room before the classroom starts. You'll want to navigate over to the class that's already been created in your Zoom portal. Under the Meetings tab, you can find your meeting. Scrolling all the way to the bottom, you'll see if we open this to re-edit it, I have the opportunity to pre-assign a breakout room here. And I can create the rooms and upload a CSV with all of my participants in advance so that their names are already populated in the room when I start the session. That's basically how you can run breakout rooms. We hope you found this video helpful. If you have any additional questions.
Okay, so you can do a breakout room in Zoom even if it's a free trial. You just need to enable it in the settings. Okay. So aside from Zoom, there is also a breakout room with big blue button. So it's basically the same way as how they did Zoom. And in Google Meet as well, there's a breakout room for Google Meet. If you want to know about this, you can just search in YouTube on how to do breakout rooms for Big Blue Button and or Google Meet. Okay. So to incorporate this in My Soul, since we cannot do a breakout room in My Soul, you can use your Google Drive to do breakout sessions. So an example of this one will be, let me just go to My Soul account. So we've created a breakout room that looks like this one. So this one is with the use of Google Drive and Google Document. So in Google Drive, we've created there a folder and a file. Let's say, for example, you have 3 rooms. So each of this room has already a student assigned to it. And of course, you as a teacher already should be in each of this Google document. So if I click on one of this breakout rooms, so this is used, by the way, with URL. Okay. To create this link, you just choose URL in the learning activity link. So if I click on this one, it will redirect me to a Google Doc file. So can I ask Sir Fredley to go in here as well, so our audience can see what you can do in Google Docs? So Sir Fredley is already there, and you can do this synchronously. So let's say you have a research assignment that they have to do. So you can see there that they are already doing it. So this is synchronously. So I am typing here as well. So you can see that they are working on this task. So again, this is used with Google Drive and Google Docs. So you can just visit each of their virtual, their Google Drive documents. You can just click on each one of this to see that they are indeed working. So again, this is in the synchronous schedule. So by the way, this is just you need to restrict the other group not to be able to access the other groups as well, okay? So you need to group your students. So just like this one, this is only available if they belong to group 1, so on and so forth. So I think we have a question. Is this a question in the chat box? Can the Google Breakout Room or Drive be set to close at a certain time? Yes, actually, you can do that in settings, or you can also manually do that by clicking on the share button, and then let's say, for example, this one. Since Sir Fredley is the one who created this, so he can just change my setting here to viewer alone. So I can no longer edit this Google document. Okay. So that's interesting, right? I haven't used this though, but I guess I will next school year. Okay, moving on. Okay, so next would be the chat box. Okay, I know for sure you already know where the chat box is. So, okay, wait. Okay, question. Or do we have a, yes, yeah, we also have a Q&A later, Ma'am Nadi. So moving on, chat box, okay, as we are using right now in Zoom. So, but there are also some other teachers that doesn't know that there's a chat box in the video application that they're using. So in Zoom, we do have a chat box. If you're using Big Blue Button, of course, there's also a chat box there. And if you're using Google Meet, there is a chat box. And in MySoul as well. Okay, so under activities or resources, you can use chat to chat with your students synchronously. So this cannot be used with asynchronous because it will be deleted every time you exit out. So better use email or the chat in our MySoul account. Not this chat though. Which chat am I referring to? Messages. I mean messages. Okay, for asynchronous. Okay, next one would be the whiteboard. Now for synchronous session, let's see. For Zoom, we can use a whiteboard by clicking on this share. Okay, let me just do that here. Let's try using the whiteboard for Zoom. Okay, just one moment. I hope you can see the whiteboard. And can you just type in something there? So this is the whiteboard for Zoom. May I request anyone to just type in anything if it allows you to? Does it allow you to type? I have never used a whiteboard in Zoom, but I have in BBB. Yeah, how? It doesn't, right? It's only the teacher then? Oh, okay, that's why. So it's only the teacher then that can write something on the whiteboard in Zoom. But in BBB, yeah, it doesn't work. But in BBB, you can, everyone can actually do this. I know for sure that you've already experienced this in BBB when we had our training before, like the start of school, before the start of the school year 2020-2021. Yes. So let's just move on from Zoom. Let's go to the next example here is Big Blue Button. Yes, we can all do this. Oh wait, mag-share screen sa Deco. Sorry. Yeah, so again, BBB, we have a whiteboard here where everyone can type in or post in the whiteboard. And next is, yes, Ma'am Nadi, it's Google Meet Jamboard. So let's try using Jamboard then. So with Google Meet, they don't really have a white screen, but we have a Jamboard in Google Meet. I'll just show you a short clip. I'll just pause this because this is quite long on a preview about Jamboard.
In this video, I'm going to show you some different ways that you can use Google Jamboard for remote teaching. Google Jamboard is a tool that can help make your remote teaching more interactive, and it can be used in either synchronous or asynchronous learning. In this video, I'm going to show you the most important features you need to know about how to use Google Jamboard. Then I'll show you a few different ways you can use it with your students, and especially if you're a math teacher, I think you're really going to find this program useful. My name is Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the New EdTech Classroom. You can show your support for the work I do by hitting the like button, sharing this video with other teachers that you know, and subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly video updates. All right, let's jump in and first take a look at the major features of Google Jamboard. On the Google Jamboard homepage, you'll be able to see all the previous jams you created in the past. To create a new jam, go to the bottom right-hand corner and select the Add button. Then you can give your Jamboard a name. Then at the top, you'll see that there's an option to change the background of your Jamboard. It can either be blank or dotted lines. It could look like line paper or graph paper, or you could add different colors to the background. On the left-hand side, you'll see the different options that you have for how to interact with the Jamboard. The first tool is the pen tool. Here you'll see you have some different types of pens, as well as different colors that you can use in order to handwrite text on the interactive whiteboard. So here for this demo, I'm just going to add my name to the top. Below the pen tool is an eraser tool, so you can see here how I'm able to erase the text that I wrote. And now I'm just going to go back and choose a different pen type and color so that you can also see what that would look like. Below the eraser is the select tool, and we'll look at that in a second when we actually add selectable items to the Jamboard. Below the select tool is the sticky note tool. Here you can choose from different colors for your sticky note, as well as add some text.
Okay, let me just cut it off from there. Let's just do a hands-on on Jamboard. So we have the Jamboard is seen in our Google Suite. So just like this one, I'll just go to Jamboard here. So I've already created a file in Jamboard where I want you to answer. So I'm just going to share this link over here. So I'm going to share this to everyone. And I'll make everyone an editor. So kindly just click on the link over there to see the Jamboard. And please answer or post a picture of how you feel today. So you can just insert a picture by clicking on this one, add image. You can either get it from your camera or get it from Google. I'm also gonna post one. There, good job, sir, Dr. Dave. So I've already posted mine. You can also put in some sticky notes. And add in some sticky notes as well, or you can type in your name. But I can also see here who is sending this file. Okay, I hope everyone will join in. Then put in a sticky note to your file there so I can see who that file is. You can actually use the text box as well. Okay, there is a text box so that your handwriting will be, you don't have to draw your words. It looks like grade 1 section Z. Skeleton. Okay, let's wait for the rest to join in. You have to log into your Google account, okay? So that you can access Jamboard. Wow, so nice. I bet our colleagues from the elementary school would want to use this in the opening of their class. Sir John. Notebook mo, sir. Yeah, so I can see here some are already having fun with the Jamboard. Very good. So the teacher can also use the laser here. Like, this is very cute. Thank you, ma'am, for sending in your picture. Yes, everyone stay happy. Be happy. Feel love. Nice skeleton na. Sana skeleton ni naniwang uchinabaho. Yes. So that is the first slide. So I added, let me proceed to the next slide, okay? So on the next slide here, how do you think the pyramid was built? So you can use the sticky notes for this or kaning text box. If you're done with your lecture with your students, you can ask them a question, or this can be an icebreaker. Can you type in, how do you think the pyramid was built? Yes, Mr. Fredley Bukog said sand. Yes, could be the answer of a grade 1 student. Sand. Ligahi nga sand. Okay, about the rest, please join in. Yes, cement. Aliens. That could usually be the answer for children. Aliens could have built the pyramid. Okay, So I think I still have one more slide. Okay, so for math, before you answer, nanay nag-answer, no? So as what the video had mentioned, um, Jamboard is also works well with math. So I'll show you a short presentation of that one on how you can use this for math.
I actually think that Google Jamboard could be a really powerful tool for a math teacher. So here I'm going to show you how you could pair Google Jamboard with a Google Chrome extension called Equasio. If you're a math teacher and you haven't yet used Equasio, I would definitely recommend checking it out. All the math teachers that I know absolutely love using it. So in order to use the Equasio extension, you're going to need to go to a Google Doc first. When you click on Equasio, you'll see that it pulls up a menu bar at the bottom of your Google Doc where you have some different ways that you could input a math problem. For example, there's a microphone where you could actually speak the problem and it will transcribe it for you. Or you can use this pretty cool handwriting tool where you can handwrite a math equation that you're looking for and it will interpret your handwriting and create an image of it. Once Equasio has generated the image of the math problem, you can copy and paste it back into your Google Jamboard. So here you can see I'm going to change the background to graph paper, and then I'll paste the equation in. This would be a great way to model how to do a math problem in front of your students, and then you could also have students solve the problem on their own. One way to manage this would be to have students all be working on the same panel. Another option is that you could create and label different panels that would be designated for particular students. Here again, you would obviously need to have a discussion about digital citizenship to ensure that students were using their correct page because they would have editing access to everybody else's pages as well. Then you could just copy and paste the problem or many problems onto individual students' work pages, and then students could use the different tools to show their work directly on the page. So if you were doing synchronous learning here, you could jump onto a student's panel to check out how they were doing their work, and if they were making some mistakes, you could give them immediate real-time feedback. Of course, you could also give students access, and then they could get into the document and do their work in an asynchronous environment as well. And then one way you could hold students accountable for the work that they did is by having them save the panel as an image. Then they could take that image and actually upload it back into Google Classroom as an assignment. Of course, if you were really concerned about students writing over each other's pages, another thing you could do would be to create a separate Jamboard for individual students, and then different panels could represent different assignments that you're assigning throughout the week or throughout a unit. I hope this video helped you learn how to use.
Okay, that was very interesting, right? So I hope you'll be able to use that, especially for our math teachers. You can just add the extension that he mentioned there. So as you can see, you can also download an image from Jamboard, and then you can upload that image. The student can upload that image in MySoul. So that's how you can integrate the Jamboard going to MySoul. Okay, so I think that is it for me today. So I'll leave you with this passage from Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. Thank you very much for joining me today. Shall we, Sir Fredley, proceed with the next one? So the question and answer portion will be after Sir Fredley's presentation. Once again, thank you very much. Have a great day.